What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the market. My gosh, Bitcoin has had a drop. So I'm going to get into that, the stumbling launch within El Salvador, and what's set for the market and Bitcoin in the coming few days. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. The first 26 coins I spoke about on YouTube that I thought would crash it in this bull cycle, even with all the dips in the last 24 hours. If you'd invested $100 into each one at the time of the recordings and you were still holding those bags, you'd be in profit for $45,900. Adding your $2,600 investment, you're sitting on $48,500. Phantom is a Udemy course I did. It's where I said it'd be the best investment of the year. It's currently up 271x. It's pretty good. And that's off the back of, again, it dropping about 20% overnight. I've held all of these at one point or another. I've closed positions on damn near every one in profit, and then I've reinvested that into a brand new portfolio. If you want to see the portfolio, check out Copy My Crypto. I've built a portfolio that's set to maximize gains in this bull cycle, as well as provide some really interesting opportunities in terms of short and medium-term investment. Because of the way the portfolio is built, it gives you beautiful opportunities. And that's not just the fact that the gains are there for these top coins, but that the opportunities are immense for some real tidy profits. So if you want to be a part of it, click the link in the description, guys. All right, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is knocking around 46 grand. It has, in fact, retraced crazy. So yesterday it had about 11% drop from the high of yesterday down to basically where we are today. Yeah, about 11%. And then we've continued tumbling down a bit. Now, currently, Bitcoin is sitting pretty much bang on the 200-day moving average. This is a line of support for Bitcoin, so we'll see if Bitcoin can hold the day above it. What we are seeing right now is that it did hit the spider line almost exactly and then bounce back up. So the spider lines are still working pretty well. Beyond that, we've got a line of support here at around sort of 40, just shy of 43,000. So if Bitcoin does drop below, it could test 43,000, but that should be a line of support and it should bounce back up. What we know with these moments, when all of a sudden there's a market correction, is they can spiral for a couple of days. It's not of major concern or any concern really. It's part and parcel of a healthy market. Even if we go back to like February, you know, there was a day where where Bitcoin was on 57,000, and 2 days later it was on 48,000. So retraced by like 20%. These are very normal market moves. So it's just coincided with the El Salvador launch. Now, this was something I actually addressed the day before it launched in El Salvador, that I was concerned about tech problems for Bitcoin. And I spoke about this, saying the issue that you're going to have is so many goddamn people using the network means that the network itself could get congested. And when Bitcoin launched, and they launched their digital app called Chivo, which means cool, it stopped working while server capacity was increased. So it had it sort of had a rough ride in terms of a launch. And it's sort of an inevitability with Bitcoin that the network gets congested. You know, there's a limit to how many transactions per second it can do. This was going to be a problem. I do expect that it's going to be one that's resolved fairly fast. Now, they have become obviously the very first country to utilize Bitcoin as a currency, which is a good step in adoption, right? We don't want to put too much emphasis on it. It's a big step. It's a great move in terms of bringing crypto to the masses. And to be honest, trying to minimize the negative impact of the dollar on the country at the moment. But in terms of what Bitcoin's doing right now, today, how it closes is going to be important. If it closes today around where it is, right, just above that 200-day moving average, I could see tomorrow it bouncing back up and being fine. And the way the day's played out so far, you could see it doing that. If it closes below the 200-day, then I think over the next couple of days we'll retest this $3,000 mark for Bitcoin. But that is again a big line of support for Bitcoin, as we saw yesterday, where it hit that line, bounced back up, and then bounced all the way above the 200-day. But obviously, if Bitcoin continues to drop, alts continue to drop. That's an inevitability. Bitcoin leads the market, so you've got to bear that in mind. We've had an enormous amount of money wiped off the market cap, 300 billion in the last 24 hours, which is a hell of a lot of money. There's been over $3.5 billion worth of liquidations in longs. So at the moment, in terms of your altcoin holdings, if you're holding a bunch of altcoins, I'd be watching out for them and their 200-day moving average, because if they retrace to their 200-day moving average and Bitcoin starts rallying, they will bounce back harder and faster than Bitcoin, and they will recover really well. This is not real. I've seen a few people being dramatic online and stuff about this. This is not really anything to be concerned about at all. Again, part of a healthy cycle. Bitcoin is on really good trajectory. Today will be an interesting one. Hopefully it closes north of where it started the day, because if it does, then it's just going to bounce straight back up. Because if we actually look at it, the low of yesterday was about the same as the previous low, so it's not actually too bad. And if this one closes higher, then we're continuing with higher lows, so that's pretty good. All in though, healthy market cycle, nothing to concern yourselves about. And it's just going to flitter between these two spider lines for a bit, I imagine, before it breaks through. But yeah, if you're holding altcoin bags, start looking at when you can buy those dips, because they're the best. That's the best move you can make in these markets. So those 200-day moving averages, if your altcoins hit that 200-day moving average, buy it, because at some point it's going to rebound. That's always a line of support once it's above. But yeah, bodes for an interesting day, guys. Bodes for an interesting day. That's it from me anyway. If you're new to crypto, check out Copy My Crypto. This is perfect. It's my portfolio that I share, where I've built a portfolio to maximize gains. It allows me to take bigger risks with some coins, because my coins keep gaining. Even in this market cycle right now, in the last few weeks, hugely up, even with all the corrections today. If you want to participate and you want to make those gains, click the link in the description, guys. That's it. Take care. Bye-bye.